All right, guys, here it is, our first battle report for Fighting Sail on the channel. So this is going to be kind of a learning game. Might play a little slow the first couple turns. I'll edit the video later to speed up the flow of the video so that you guys aren't bogged down with me learning how to play this game. But in any case, we have two fleets facing off today. We have the U.S. Navy versus the Royal Navy. U.S. Navy is represented by the Constitution right here. Constitution comes out to 74 points because of the stuff that we have on it. So first off, we have the Admiral with Daring, which is 4 points, and then a Captain with Marksman for 6 points on the ship. Keywords are flagship. So if the Constitution is part of your squadron or fleet, it has to be the flagship for your squadron or fleet. It has a special ability. Old Ironsides reroll ones when rolling hull dice. That's damage. And then it has inspiring 10% morale bonus. So the Royal Navy is going to be led by the HMS Diana. The Admiral has the Gunner skill for 10 points. And then the Captain has the Marksman skill for 6 points. And then we have a captured corvette, the Perdix. The model is actually the La Fauvette. It was captured back in the day. The Captain has Marksman. So the USS Constitution comes out to 74 points. And then the Royal Navy comes out to 64 points. So there's a disadvantage of 10 points for the Royal Navy. But obviously the advantage of having two ships is you get two chances to knock out the Constitution or cause damage to it during the battle. So we are playing scenario 1, encounter on the high seas. So that'll be the first scenario. Usually played on a 4x4 map or war table. But today we don't have quite that big of a map. We have the Warlord Games Victory at Sea Battle for the Pacific map here, as well as island terrain from Warlord Games Blood Red Skies Midway, Battle for Midway. So not quite 4x4, but should be good enough for these two small fleets. So we're going to roll off for initiative. The red dice will be the Royal Navy, and then we have blue for the US. Set this down for a second. Okay, whoever rolls the highest gets initiative for the turn. And it's the U.S. Navy going first on turn 1. Also, I'm not sure how the wind is determined. So I marked 8 sides by a number on the wind rows here. I'm going to use a D8 to roll for the wind. It is going to be an 8. And so that means this pointer will be like that. So the wind will be blowing this way, which will affect how the ships get to move or how to determine their sailing points for turn 1. So in any case, we're going to go ahead to turn one sailing phase. Be right back. All right, so the Constitution has 6 sailing dice, and based on the wind gauge here, and we're going to determine this. So we have close hauled on the wind gauge based on how it's flowing. So that means the Constitution will succeed or earn a sailing point for each 5 up they roll. And we got 1. So we're going to roll for the sailing points for the British. Right, based on how the wind is blowing for the British, they actually have reaching on the Diana. It's going to be pretty much the same for the Perdix. So we're going to roll the Diana first. She gets 6 dice. So everything on a 4 up, so she gets 2. The Perdix gets 7 sailing dice. And again, we want 4 ups. And the Perdix gets 3 successes. So we're going to go ahead and use the Constitution's movement point. So you can move up to 2 inches per sailing point. That's what this gauge or this ruler is for. So I'm going to move up 2, and then I do get 1 30-degree turn like that. So that's it for the Constitution. We'll do the Diana next. And the Diana got 2. So we're going to move her up like that. And then like that. And then we're going to turn her. Just like that. Okay. Next up, we have the Perdix. See if I can get a good angle on this. She has quite a bit of movement. She got 4 this time. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I'm going to turn her. And that, I believe, is pretty much it for the turn. We're a little too far away. Now we're going to roll for initiative for turn 2. All right, initiative, turn 2. So it is the Royal Navy that gets to go first. All right, based on the wind gauge, she's either going to be close-hulled or reaching. I'm not sure how to determine which one to choose here. So I'm going to go for reaching, and if that's wrong, go ahead and let me know in the comments below if you're familiar with fighting sail. So the Diana gets 6 sailing die. So we're going to roll that. And anything on a 4-up will be a sailing point. So she gets 3. We will measure out or see where the wind is blowing for the Perdix. There. But it's going to be pretty much the same. So again, we're going to choose reaching. So anything on a 4-up. So we get 3 as well for the Perdix. So based on that, I'm going to go for reaching on it. She gets 6 die. Anything on a 4-up. So we get 3. Everybody got 3s this turn. Royal Navy can go do their actions first. So we'll go with the Diana. So that's 1, 2, and then 3. Right there. Okay. And then next we will go for the Perdix, which also got 3. 1, 2, and then 3. All right. Lastly, we'll go with the Constitution. Get this out of the way. 1, 2, 3. And I think we're going to turn because I'm going to see if I can actually shoot at the Perdix. Probably not, but it doesn't hurt to check. And again, I think it's 30-degree arcs, so she may be in my firing range. We'll have to see. In fact, so there are 2 things I need to determine here, and I'm not quite sure. I got to check the rule book here. But when we move into the cannon phase, gunnery phase pretty much. So I'm actually going to, so I do believe, based on the 30-degree arc here, that the Perdix actually does fall in the line of sight of the Constitution. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to move to the cannon phase. The Perdix definitely doesn't have the Constitution in its line of sight, and this island right here is blocking the Diana from shooting the Constitution. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check to see if I have distance to shoot, and then we're going to see if we can do our first cannon phase for the game. All right, so I just wanted to get this on camera. I am just short of being able to shoot at the Perdix at long range. So short range is 0 to 6 inches, medium 6 to 12, and then long is 12 to 18. So yeah, unfortunately, not enough distance, but perhaps on the second turn or third turn, we'll be able to get some cannon shooting. So we're going to go at the top of turn 3. All right, so here we are at the top of turn 3. I just want to show off the relation of where the ships are on the map. We're getting closer to the Perdix here and being able to shoot at her. So we're going to roll for initiative. And it is the Royal Navy. All right, so wind rose again. Hasn't changed much. We're going to go with reaching for the Diana here. She gets 6 die, and we need 4 up. Wow, we got quite a lot here. We got 5. Yeah, we got 5 for the Diana. So it's going to be pretty much the same for the Perdix. She gets 7 sailing points. We need a 4-up. This is the first 6. Got 1 so far, and then 2. So the Perdix gets 2. The Diana gets 5. And now we're going to look at the Constitution. So, based on this, right there, and how the wind is blowing, we're going to give the Constitution reaching. So she gets 6 die. And again, we need a 4-up. Ooh, she's got 3 movement, which should be more than enough to close the distance with the Perdix. So we'll start with the Diana, who got 5. So we're gonna go 1. Move the camera here so you guys can see better. 2. Then we will turn, oops, like this. 3. Move the camera again. 4. And we're going to turn. 5. And we're going to do a final turn. Just like that. Okay. So we'll do the Perdix next. So 1. And then 2. And then we're gonna turn this way. Okay. So finally we'll go to the movement for our old iron size. Get this out of the way. So we're going to go 1, 2. We're going to turn just like that. And then 3 right there. So we should be in range now for some gunnery. All right, guys, it's going to start getting a little exciting. Unfortunately, the Diana and the Perdix don't have their 30-degree arcs into the Constitution, but the Constitution has a full 30-degree arc into the Perdix. It is at 14 inch from main mast to main mast, so that means it is currently at a long range. And the Constitution has a gunnery of 5, so that's 5 die. And again, because of that long distance, I'm going to show you guys right there. Let me zoom in. I'll hit on a 5-up. So let's see what we can do. So I do need a 5-up. And wow, we got 3 hits in. Okay, so we actually got 3 hits, but because of marksman on the Constitution, I get to reroll 1s, and I had one of those. And it is still only 3 hits. So I've put a cannon marker on the Constitution to denote that it has fired. And now we're going to determine what the results of those 3 hits are. All right, so at this point, the Perdix, it's going to roll a die equal to its hull stat, which is 1. So anything on a 4-up negates one of those 3 points of damage that were just caused. So we got a 4-up, but the Perdix then takes 2 damage. And on the damage deck here, 2 means that it is shaken. The ship gets an anchor token. If it already has one, it gets a damage token instead. So we're going to put an anchor token on the Perdix. That's going to slow it down a little bit. All right, guys. So since the Perdix took 2 remaining damage on the chart here, it means that it is shaken and has an anchor token. And anchor tokens will prevent it from earning sailing points based on the wind gauge and how the wind is positioned against the ship. It'll only get a sailing point on a 6+. And again, during the movement phase or the sailing phase, at the end of one sailing movement point or one sailing point, the ship can attempt to remove that anchor point. So it's pretty much just slowing it down. So Constitution has a cannon token denoting that it's fired. And we are pretty much at the end of turn 3. We're going to move on to turn 4. All right, here we are going for initiative. And it is once again the Royal Navy. So based on the position of the ship, we'll start with the Diana here. Look at the wind rose. We're gonna have reaching on the Diana here, and then, well, I guess it's not gonna matter. We're gonna have reaching on the Perdix, but she still needs to roll on a 6-up. So we're gonna go Diana first. That's on a 4-up. So she's got 3 movement points. And then we have 7 on the Perdix, and we need 6-ups. And we get none. So another thing to note is, even, let's say the Perdix didn't have the anchor token, it would basically still get 1 movement point, but because it has an anchor token, it gets nothing. So that pretty much means that the Perdix is not going to move this turn. So based on the wind rose or wind gauge and the Constitution, get a 4-up. So the Constitution will get 6. And we need 4-up. And then we got 4 movement points here. So we're going to go on to the movement for the Diana, since the Perdix can't move. She gets 3. So we're going to try to close the distance here with the Constitution. 1, 2, and then 3. And now, let me get this. We're going to do a turn like that. And I think we may have, well, currently we'll have range possibly to the Constitution, although I don't know it'll be in the arc. So at this point, we're going to do the Constitution's movement. And we're going to actually, she gets 4. Yeah, she gets 4. So we're going to move up our 2 like that. And then we're going to turn her. And then we'll move another 2. And then obviously we're going to turn her again. So that's 2 movement. We're going to turn. And then we're going to move, and then turn again, like that. And then we're going to move. So now we're going to try to finish off the Perdix. So obviously, no firing arc from the Diana to the Constitution. I'm going to take a measurement from the Constitution to the Perdix and see if we are within range. All right, after measuring the distance from the main mast to the main mast, Constitution to the Perdix, I am within 11 inches, so that falls within the medium range. I got a gunnery of 5, so that means I get to roll 5 die, and I need to hit with a 4-up. So let's see what I get. And I get 1, which is a bummer. Oh, but because of marksman, I can re-roll my 1s. And I still only have 1 hit on the Perdix. All right, so after reading the rules just a little bit more, because I'm within that medium distance, I get to roll 6 die for explosions. So let's see. So at medium range, I hit on 4-up, and then there are 6 explosions each. Okay, so the number needed to hit is 4-up and cause explosions depending on the range. So I caused 6 explosions. I get to roll a further gunnery die. These extra dice do not cause more explosions unless you have a raking shot. I don't have a raking shot. it'll add up to the damage, the amount of damage die I have. So I still need a 4-up. I'm going to roll right here. So what we got there is 3 damage plus 1. The Perdix gets to roll 1 because of the hull, so it needs a 4-up, and it saves. But she gets 3 more damage, which gives it light damage. This ship gets an additional damage token and an anchor token unless it already had one. So it's going to get a damage token, which I'll need to dig out. Won't get an extra anchor token because it already has one. Perdix, 1 damage token, 1 anchor token. That is pretty much it for this turn. We're going to go ahead and go to the top of the next turn. All right, here we are at the top of the turn. The Perdix is getting hurt quite a bit. Wasn't able to move last turn because it failed. It failed to get a roll of 6 in order to get a sailing point. Constitution moved there, fired some more shots into the Perdix, which caused a damage to it. The Diana keeps getting outmaneuvered here, but hopefully she'll be able to get more aggressive and help the Perdix out. The Constitution is doing her thing and trying to take out the Corvette. So we're going to roll for initiative on this turn. And it is the Constitution first. So based on the wind rose here, she is close hauled, the Constitution. So I'll need a 5-up. She has 6 die. So I need 5-ups. And I get 2. All right, next up is the Diana. She is reaching, so she gets a 4-up for each sailing point. She gets 6 die. So we need 4-ups. And we get 3 of them. And now the Perdix gets 7 die. Right here, the wind rose. She gets reaching, so... Oh, in fact, it doesn't matter. Because she has that anchor token, she needs to get 6-ups in order to get some movement. Let's see what we can do. 6-up. And we get 2 of them. So the Perdix is actually going to hopefully be able to remove that anchor token. All right, so here we are. We are not quite at the end of the sailing phase. I just wanted to show what happened. The Constitution moved up. Now it's much closer to the Perdix. And then I had the Diana move up and turn. So now that the Constitution is actually in the 30-degree arc of the Diana's guns. We're going to do the Perdix's movement now. And here's the thing about the movement. At the end of every movement point, I can attempt to do a damage control, which will, first we have to try to remove the explosion there, or the damage marker, or 2. And then on the second one, if I am successful, try to remove the anchor. So at the end of every movement, that's what I could do. So I'm going to move up 2 and then turn like that. So now obviously we have the arc there. So in order to try to remove that damage token under damage control, I have to roll the discipline for the Perdix. So that's 4. All right, so the Perdix needs to roll its discipline. It gets, let's see, she gets 4 discipline rolls. So the main number that you want to keep in mind when playing Fighting Sail is that you want to get as many successes, and those successes are based on how many 6s you roll. We haven't seen that yet because we've had some modifiers based on like wind or certain other factors when we're shooting. So in this instance, you have to roll successes. So I get 4 discipline dice, and I need to get a 6-up to remove the damage token right there. And nope, the damage stays. So I do have 1 more movement, and we're just gonna move like that, and then we will turn like that, and then we get another opportunity to do that. So again, 4 discipline die, need a 6-up, and I get 2 of them. So I think I was able to remove both of these. So we are no longer damaged, nor are we anchored. So she can now move at full speed. But at this point, the Constitution gets to shoot first, and then the Royal Navy. And yeah, we'll figure that out. All right, we're moving into a closer in fight. We are still at medium range, 9 inches from the main mast of the Constitution to the Perdix. So I will need, I get 5 gunnery die. So I think I did this wrong the last time I hit the Perdix, but let's chalk that up to a learning exercise. I will need to roll 6s to get hits on the Perdix from the Constitution. I get 1, but because of marksman, I do get to re-roll 1. And no, we just got the 1 hit to the Perdix. So the Perdix is now going to roll its hull, and I need to get a 4-up in order to not get cause damage. And no, she gets cause damage, but because of explosions, we now get 6. So again, we will need, here we will roll 6 explosions. So right now we have 1 damage on the Perdix, and she failed that roll. And now we don't get any others, but she failed that roll, so she will take disrupted, which means that she will get an anchor token. So the Perdix is certainly not having a good day here. Another thing that I haven't been tracking, and I should have been tracking this, is the morale. So I believe I'm doing this right. The Constitution starts off with 8 morale. I'm taking the points into account. I think it's like 1 morale to 10 points. So I round it up to 80, so it's 74 points. And then I will round it up to 7 because we are at 64 points for the Royal Navy. Each time you get a hit on a ship, it takes a hit to morale. So obviously, the Perdix has been hit twice, which brings the Royal Navy's morale down to 5. And US has not been hit yet. So, but that may change. Now we're gonna have the Perdix finally attack back against the Constitution. It's gonna be an interesting one. So the Perdix, 9 inches away, so it is medium, which means 4 up, and the Perdix gets 2 gunnery. So I'm going to roll this in front of the camera instead of the dice tray. We need a hit on a 6-up. We get 1. And now, I got a 6. Now the Constitution, if I can get this closer here. Constitution needs to roll a 4-up. And no, it's a 1. However, Constitution, in fact, the Constitution gets 5 of those dice. So we have a 1, right? And then 4 more. Yeah, I was able to negate that. So she lives up to her name. Even though 1 hit, I get to re-roll that 1. And it's still 1, but I had more than enough with the 4, with the 4 that I rolled to prevent that damage from happening. So next up we have the Diana finally able to do a shot, main mast to main mast. We are at 13, which means long range. So that means that the Diana will have to hit on a 5-up. Will not cause any explosions. Sorry guys, I need to figure this out. The Diana has a gunnery of 4. Gunnery, yeah, so 4 die. We need 6-ups. We get 1, but we also have marksman and gunner. So let me look that up real quick. We'll do the gunner ability first, since that's the admiral's. Oh, I see. So gunner just removes, in fact I have to put this out there. Gunner removes the cannon token so that I can fire again. So let me get these tokens over there. So Constitution is fired, Perdix is fired, and the Diana is fired. So, we get, hold on, marksman just re-rolls ones. So we got one hit in. Doesn't cause any explosions. So now Diana, or the Constitution, needs a 4-up, which it gets. Constitution's a tough ship. All right, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the cannon phase. We're gonna move on to the next turn. All right, guys, pretty exciting engagement last turn. We're gonna roll for initiative. And it's a tie. So, because it's a tie, let me see. So because it's a tie, and the U.S. Navy was the first player last turn, the Royal Navy will get to go next. So we're gonna roll for sailing points here. We need, oh, in fact, we need to figure out what the wind looks like. I believe because it is behind like that, it's gonna be a 4-up. So I'm gonna make it reaching. So we need 6 dice, we need 4-up, and we get 1. And then the Perdix has an anchor token, so that means I need 6-up, and we get 1. So the Constitution, on the other hand, and let me just get this out of the way. I'll show you guys. She is close hold, so the 5-up. She gets 6, so we need 5-ups. And we get 1. All right, here we are at the end of movement. The Diana move up, her 1 movement, no turns. And the Perdix move up this way, and then do a 30-degree turn. But now I'm going to roll its discipline to see if we can get that anchor token off. We need a 6-up. And we do. That anchor token is gone. Perfect. All right. The Constitution, on the other hand, moved a little bit as well and then turned. So again, we want to get that anchor token off. We need a 6-up. And we do not get it. So the anchor token stays on the Constitution. We're going to go ahead and go to the cannon phase next. Unfortunately, I can't shoot over the bow of the Perdix, so we're just going to go from the Perdix to the Constitution and back. We'll measure that out. It is a 10, so it's medium. Perdix will get to go first, and she has gunnery of 2. So again, we need a hit on, oh, and she has marksman as well. Okay, so you need to get 6-up. Roll that. We don't have it, but we do have a 1, so we're going to re-roll that. And that's a miss. So now the Constitution is going to do the same thing. And she has, Constitution has a gunnery of 5. So again, we need 6-ups to hit. And we do have marksman. So here we go. Yeah, we got a hit. So that's 1 hit. And then we cause explosion. So I'm making up for the last time where I forgot to do the explosion. We are now going to roll explosion and a success on each 6-up. And we got nothing. So we got the 1 hit in. The Perdix needs to roll a 4-up and does not get it. So that's 1 damage. That's an anchor token back on the Perdix, and then we lose another morale point, bringing the Royal Navy down to 3. Okay, it looks like we play on. We have to reduce the opposing squadron or fleet to 0 morale in order for the game to end. Obviously, we're getting closer. Constitution is hammering the Perdix, and we are down to 3 morale on the Royal Navy side. And we are still at like about 7 morale on the U.S. Navy side. But yeah, so we'll move on to the next turn. All right, here we are rolling for initiative. We'll see who gets to move first. And that would be the U.S. Navy. So, ooh, this one's going to be tough. So, let's take a look at this. So, we're going to go close hold. That's 5 up. So, I need 5 ups. And wow, that's actually pretty good. She's got 5 sailing points. That's pretty awesome. So, the Diana gets 6. And based on the gauge here, this, so that's a 4 up. We need a 4 up on the Diana. Ooh, we got 2. And then for the Perdix, I can get this up. We also get a 4 up, but she's got an anchor token, so we need 6 ups. She gets 7 opportunities to get 6 ups, so let's see. And yes, she gets 1. All right, so here we are after movement. The Constitution made her way around. The Perdix kept going this way. And then the Diana almost collided with the Perdix, but made a turn in order to move away from it. So now I'm gonna roll Discipline to remove the anchor point, the anchor token from the Constitution, and then for the Perdix. So need 6 ups. Oh, we got 1. So there goes the anchor token. And now the Perdix is Discipline 4. Need a 6 up. And we got it. So that removes all the anchor tokens for now. So we're going to move on to the gunnery phase again. The Constitution gets to fire first. And we are at 10, so that's medium. Get 6. We get 5 shots. We need 4 ups. We got 1. That also causes a number of explosions. So 2, 4, and 6 explosions. So, oh, that's quite a few right there. All right. So, we got 1 hull point on the Perdix. Need a 4 up. Got it. So she takes 4 damage, which brings it to heavy damage. So the ship gets 2 additional damage tokens and an anchor token. Wow. That's actually a big hit. So Perdix is the one that's getting hammered all throughout this game. So poor little Corvette. So that actually brings their morale down to 1 on the Royal Navy side. So the Perdix is gonna fight back. We get two shots. Need 6 up. Don't get any, but we got a 1, so we have marksman. We get a hit. Oh no, we get a miss. So nothing happens. And again, the Diana is in the way. So that is it for this turn. We got the Perdix heavily damaged at this point. I think we're going to be moving into the final turn since we only have 1 more morale on the Royal Navy side. So we'll be right back. All right, here we are, initiative for final turn. Let's see how it goes. That's 6 on the Royal Navy side, so they get to move forward. All right, so we got the wind reaching, so 4 up for the Diana. She gets 3. And then it doesn't matter for the Perdix because she has an anchor token, so we need 6 ups. And she gets 1 movement. So next up we have the Constitution. She gets 6. And based on the wind rose, ooh, so this is gonna be a little tough. So we need 6 ups. So 6 up. And we get 1, which is fine. So we're gonna start moving the Royal Navy around. The Diana. All right, here we are after movement. I had the Diana move up to here to get out of the way of the Perdix so no collisions will happen. Perdix moved up 1, so now we're gonna roll for a discipline to see if we can get any of the damage tokens an anchor token off. So we need 6 ups. And we got a big load of nothing. Finally, the Constitution moved that way. We're gonna check to see if the Diana is in range of the Constitution. All right, cannon phase. Diana is long range to the Constitution. So we get 4 die. We hit on a 5 up. And we got 3 hits in. That's fantastic. So the Constitution has a 5 hull. So it gets to roll. So we get 3 hits in on the Constitution, but no explosions to the long range. However, we get 5 rolls. Yeah, we get 5 rolls, 4 ups to negate those. And all of them got negated. Old iron sides, telling you. All right, we got long range from the Constitution to the Perdix. We're gonna try to knock out the Perdix, or at least damage it enough so that the morale is gone for the Royal Navy. So we get 5 on the Constitution, and because of long range, it is 5 up. And we get 3 of them, 3 hits in. And marksman, so I get to re-roll these ones. Nope. So we got 3 hits in. The Perdix gets to roll 1 hull. We need 4 up. We get it. But I think at this point it is over because we did cause 1 or 2 damage to the Perdix, which gives it, what would it give it normally? It would be shaken. So it would normally get an anchor token, but it got a damage token. So that brings it up to 3 damage, but obviously at this point, that last damage token basically took the morale out of the Royal Navy. And that's it for the game. U.S. Navy victory over the Royal Navy. So I know I got a lot of stuff wrong in this. I'm going to read through the rules a little bit more so that gameplay will be smoother in the next game. Maybe we'll try a smaller game. There is a mini game where it's frigate versus frigate, but obviously won't be able to use a Constitution in that because she is way too powerful. She's upgunned compared to regular frigates. I think historically she's rated at 44 guns, but took 54, whereas a frigate like this, like the Diana, would have 36 guns or something like that. And the fact that Old Ironsides was built tough so that she could shirk off damage. But I do have USS Constellation, the Shannon, and the Diana are all about the same rating. So it should be more of an equal fight. And the next game I play will be the mini game frigate duel. So we'll do that. Hopefully I'll have ironed out the rules mistakes, like missing the explosions. Also, I got to figure out the wind gauge and how that turns. Yeah, once we get to the advanced rules, there'll be changes to the wind, so that'll make it a lot more complex in terms of how the ships are moving around the board. But I had a lot of fun. Again, this is a small engagement. It took a little while. I can't imagine a larger engagement. But for now, the Constitution, Old Ironsides, lives up to her namesake. Even though we didn't knock out any of the ships, we just took the heart out of the Diana and the Perdix. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this battle report. We have more fighting sail coming up on the channel. So if you like this video, go ahead and click like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I appreciate it if you would. Click the bell notification icon to get notified of all new fighting sail battle reports coming out of the channel. And then click the link in the description below to join our Discord server. That's the best way I could personally interact with you and chit-chat you about fighting sail and any other game that we play on the channel. That's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more fighting sail battle reports coming out of Wargaming Noob Historical.